He was trying to eat the dog treats. They're not horse treats.
Oh no. No, don't eat that one.
Roxy's a bit scared of them. This is a public footpath, by the way, everyone. It's a public footpath. Hi.
Made a friend.
Another dog. Hi. I think he wants more scratches. Wait. Wait. Wait.
No.
I was going to show you how to.
Animals are on one today. What are they doing?
Good job. Well done. Probably that's not going to stop. You're literally in the water, hun. Good morning to my seedlings that are looking a lot less like seedlings and much more like plants these days. These definitely need to go outside because look how many leaves they've got. These are the Brussels sprouts. I don't think you'll be able to harvest these until like autumn, winter, I guess. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, full winter. Yeah, these are probably going to have to go out because we have been doing a lot of gardening recently and we've nearly done all the beds. In a second, we're going to be heading to get our hire car. It has been a bit of a palaver since we had the car accident with our insurance. I don't really know why, because I always thought that it was quite simple, like you kind of like contacted your insurance and it all got sorted, but we've got one car hire from AA Accident Assist or whatever, and now we're getting another car hire from our actual insurers. So we're going to drive our car hire, our hired car, to go get our other hired car, to then bring it back, and then I guess that they'll collect the original car hire. But I'm not mad because we've got a Citroen right now and it's fine, but we're getting a Mercedes, which is kind of cool, so it's a little upgrade. So we're going to go get that and then we're going to go to the garden centre. And fingers crossed we'll have some information from our insurance company at some point about our car, so we can actually buy a car and, you know, get the ball rolling so we can have this chapter underlined and move on. I hate being in limbo and things like this. I don't know how you are, but I have a funny thing about that when I'm like waiting. I want it to be over. I want the car accident and all that sort of stuff just to be like line drawn, move on. But it's life. So we're gonna go to the garden centre and I want to pick up some like fleecy covering or like wire covering netting, because I think some of these seedlings, when you put them out, they need to be protected because otherwise they might get destroyed by birds and other things. So yeah, I'm gonna look and see what they've got. Also, it's just nice to have a little browse. I want to get a few pots because we've got loads of muscari bulbs and I've taken them out the veg beds, but I want to put them in some pots for next year. I don't know what this is. Looks nice. Pinterest? What? Pinterest? Pinterest is sending me PR. Oh my gosh, this is cool. So I think I applied for this last year. We're thrilled to count you in the Pinterest UK's community programme. We're so excited to welcome you with a sustainable gift box and a membership to Headspace. Wow! So I think I'm going to look into what this exactly is about, but I swear that I applied to the Pinterest like content creator team because they're starting to kind of essentially want to make more content. More people on Pinterest create content for Pinterest and like share their content on Pinterest, like share your videos and your photos. Oh, this is so nice. So I guess either that or they're just sending me this because I use Pinterest and I am a creator on there. I'm not sure, I need to look, but how cool. So they've even got a calendar of like inspiration of what you can share each month. So let's look at this month. If you don't follow me on Pinterest, I always have it linked below. I do use it a lot, so I'm always sharing, especially my home renovation inspiration and lots of recipes and photos and stuff, so go follow me on there. So April, it's Earth month, or Earth Day this month, so new ways of thinking, hidden gems, most valuable planet, Earth Day, gaining momentum. This is very cool. And then May bank holidays, Met Gala, mental health awareness month, wedding season. Very cool for ideas if you're a content creator. And if you are a content creator and maybe have a look into the Pinterest creator, what's it called? The Pinterest UK creator community team, and I think that they do it in different countries. I know that they did it in the US before, so look into it because it could be another way of creating content that feels inspiring. I love Pinterest because it is, yeah, a good notebook, soft cover. Oh, this is lovely. What a kind gift. We've got the Great Stuff Company Ingeniously Good popcorn, organic, raspberry vanilla. Oh, some Tenzing, natural energy purely from plants, raspberry and yuzu. I've had this before, Yenzing's lovely. Tony's chocolate, it's milk chocolate, but I'll give that to my brother-in-law's Charlie, my sister. Real veg thins. Oh look, got loads of yummy snacks. Oh look, we might have a water bottle for you, Alex. He needs a new water bottle. Look, you can rock a Pinterest water bottle.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Bamboo. You actually need one though, because I've got this one. You always borrow mine.
No.
But yours is too. He got this as a massive one to put in the car.
What's wrong with this one?
Oh, these are lovely. You love these. So the sour cream and onion. These are vegan though. Gut happy snacking. Oh look, your favourite candy kittens. Sour watermelon. It's my favourite flavour.
That's fine.
And I think this is the headspace. Oh no, what is this? Social impact cards. Oh, it's got all the information about all the stuff in here. Very cool.
That's quite cool.
So thank you, Pinterest. Go follow me on Pinterest, and I just give me a little boost, a reminder to post more of my content over there. I'm gonna have a candy kittens or two. We've picked up the car, and now we are in the garden centre. And Alex is like, why do you need a trolley? Where's the trolley?
I was kind of waiting until we pick stuff up.
No, go get a trolley.
Push a trolley around these narrow aisles. Is that okay?
We had a very beautiful ride driving through Marizyne. That was quite picturesque. Got all these bedding and patio sets. Seasonal feast of colour. Oh look, tomatoes. Oh look, it's the robin making that beautiful sound.
That's just like our outdoor socket at home.
Oh.
Oh, sounds fake.
It does. I thought it was a speaker. I think it's the acoustics in here. So this is where they've got all the plugs. So they've got the cabbage and everything already grown for you. If you don't have like a greenhouse or a windowsill, but you've got maybe space in the garden. So this is something I was thinking of doing, Al, when once we've finished planting the stuff we've got, because we don't have a greenhouse, so we've got so much space inside, to come and get some things from the garden centre to plant. Like, I'm growing these on the shelf, the Brussels sprouts. And then there's different kinds of cabbages. What are these? Onions. Beetroots, look. Little gem lettuce. Yeah, this is what we had before. Yeah. Should I get some now? I want to get some now, I think, actually. Yeah. Could you get a trolley?
Is there a plan to this?
I know I want some lettuce, so okay. Yes. Oh look, so they've got peppers. I don't think they would survive outside. I don't know, does it say? Into the greenhouse or outside in a sunny spot? Oh, maybe, I could try it. Look at all the fun coloured squashes. Because it's my first year of doing it properly, I don't want to like put too much pressure on myself, so it's good to get some things like, you know, already grown, so I can do half and half, because we have got a lot at home, but there's only so much space inside, you know. We've got artichokes, chili peppers, aubergines. Look, they've got William Morris water bottles. Look at that, strawberry thief. Wow. Oh, it's so nice to have my hands free. So we're in the new car. Nice Mercedes. Very, very fancy. It was very dark. I wanted to do some gardening, but I'm a bit worried because it's like a hurricane outside. We were being blown all over the garden centre that, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do any gardening because it's going to be too windy. I could do strimming if I put like a hat on, but I'm not going to really be able to be, oh, I could dig some stuff up. I do have some plants inside that need potting on because they're getting quite leggy, and potentially some seeds because I've just got some seeds that I could plant inside. So either way I'll do something. It's really making me excited the more I'm doing it, like I'm enjoying it, and makes me really want to get a greenhouse next year. So yeah, it's really fun, it's very satisfying, and now I'm like not as bothered that like the barrier I had before of being worried about doing it right. I feel like I'm getting over that now and I'm just enjoying the process. So yeah, let's go home. We're back. Got a glass of wine. Hi Alex. We're having a belated celebration for that thing we talked about in a vlog a few vlogs ago. Here he is. Oh, you didn't see him. My head was blocking you. And I think we did do something that evening. We went, I think I went round to my sister's house, and I don't remember. But we were like, we're gonna do something properly, like go out for a meal to properly celebrate, and we never did. It kept on getting delayed. And, you know, life. So, I'm just topping up my makeup, by the way. So, we're doing it this evening, and we're going to the Bean Inn in Carbis Bay, which is a vegetarian restaurant. And it's, I think it closes during the winter. And I swear, Alex, was it closed for a little while? I think it was closed for a little while because of COVID. So, we're going to go there this evening and have a vegetarian vegan meal. Well, a vegan meal in a vegetarian restaurant, but that's always exciting because it means that you have like a full menu to choose from rather than typically just having like one option, one or two options. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just using the RMS Beauty concealer. I think some of you have asked about my skin. One person even said, hey, do you use filters on your videos? Could you please remove them? Because I think it would make, you know, it makes sense if you remove them. I don't use filters on my videos. Cameras will blur to a degree. Like, I think a lot of these cameras, this is a Canon M50, and I know that the G7X, they do have a level of airbrushing and blurring because they know it's used for vlogging. I think especially the G7X has that effect because whenever I upload clips of me with a G7X and use that as like a thumbnail, I always think, wow, that looks so picture perfect. Like you can, I feel like now you can see there's like slight unevenness in my skin tone because I've just put concealer on, whereas I feel like with the G7X, it would just wash that out. But they know people use them for vlogging. Like this camera has a flip screen so that they will add that into the lens, and it means that people love the camera because it looks good. I use color grading on my videos, so that is technically a filter, but it's not an airbrushing filter. Color grading just brightens it, so sometimes my house is quite dark, so you literally just increase the exposure, and then a color grading filter will just change the coloring. So you may notice that some of my videos, they look a bit warmer, so I add like warmth to them. You sort of reduce the black so it looks a bit softer, so it has a slightly kind of vintage feel. It doesn't really, I don't go that far. I don't love the look of like really intense filters. So I just wanted to clear that up. I don't use filters. Like if I go up close, you can see I've got like unplucked hairs, I've got wrinkles, I've got pores, you know, I've got dry skin, I've got hairy chin. I'm a normal person, but you're not seeing me in real life. So you're seeing me from a distance on a camera lens that to a degree does smooth things out, and when you add color grading it just makes everything look, you know, like a nice tone. But I would never and have never edited my videos to change my body shape or my skin or anything like that. Never really appealed to me, but also I just think it's kind of very unethical. I mean, I'm not judging anyone else who does it, but it's not something I would ever do. I used to do it when I was like 14 on MySpace, when I remember I got access to Photoshop and I had a lot of fun adjusting things on there because it was kind of all the rage that you did that. But that was when I was a teenager. But yeah, never even used, what's that app? Is it called Facetune? Never used apps or anything like that. So just wanted to clear that up. But the point, what I was saying, some people have asked if it's my skincare or makeup or a filter, which is very flattering, very nice. I don't think my skin is that perfect. It's maybe just lighting, I don't know. But I think that these two, the RMS Uncover Up and the Living Luminizer, I am worried that they have beeswax in them or something. Someone did leave a comment and said that these products actually aren't vegan, which is really, really annoying to me and sad because I bought them and I've obviously used them before realising that. When I searched for them, I swear it said to me that they were, I know that RMS Beauty is cruelty free, but I swear it was under a filter of vegan. But I love the way they look, so I really hope they are vegan. And if they're not, I'll just try and find products from RMS Beauty that are. But I think that this is part of the reason that my skin looks quite nice, because that highlighter looks lovely. And then my Bare Minerals foundation, which I've been using recently, the liquid mineral foundation. This foundation is absolutely beautiful. It really shows your skin underneath, but it just airbrushes your skin, but it does not feel like foundation at all. And I find it very easy to use. Like, look how quick that was to put on. My sister just got her brows laminated and sent us photos, and I'm 100% doing that because she was saying the reason she was getting it done was because it's like the one thing that she feels makes her feel better. If she hasn't got time to put makeup on, she'll do her brows. So now that's like done. And she sent a photo and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that done because I've got big eyebrows, but they can look a bit messy because they're bushy. So I think it'd be quite a nice thing to try. Have any of you done brow lamination? Let me know. I also think my skin looking glowier, to be honest with you, is to do with Skin and Me. I do work with Skin and Me. This is not a paid integration, but I work with them for a reason, because their product is amazing and I use it every single day. And I think that that's the reason maybe I've seen an increased amount of comments about my skin. And I think that is making a difference because it's got all the things you need. And I feel like it's massively improved my overall skin tone. I shared a before and after in the paid partnership I did with them recently. I'll insert it here because I didn't actually point out in that video the difference explicitly. The difference for me was the evenness of skin tone. So the before photo looks a lot more red. You can see there's sort of like almost some sort of sensitivity of something I was using, or my skin was a bit red because I'm pale. Potentially that's kind of something that comes through more. Whereas now I feel like my skin looks very even all over, and I'm noticing it in videos. And I think my pores are reduced. I have big pores anyway because I've got oily skin, but I just think they look a little less. So yeah, didn't have time for gardening because I did not know the time. I thought it was like middle of the afternoon, but it's actually, well, it's now 6:15. But by the time I got home, it was like 5. So I had to do a little bit of work messages, and now we're gonna go. So I'm not gonna do any gardening today, but I will do some tomorrow. By the way, these, I think I've shared them because they sent them to me. The Typology lip oils. I use these every day since they sent them to me, because I love how natural they are. I just used the Bare Minerals lip liner in Striking Spice just to line my lips because it's kind of like a neutral colour. My favourite one is probably this one, and then there's like another, this one, what colour is this? Lip oil Coral Orange, and then there's another red that I use. It's like all of Typology's stuff is like skincare with makeup, so it just feels like it's nourished my lips, but with a bit of a tint. And that's me done for the evening. I might change my earrings. Someone left an absolutely hilarious comment on my video when I got my ears pierced. They said, be careful not to get too many ear piercings or tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, but also tattoos are great if you like having tattoos. That's awesome. Saying to be careful about getting too many tattoos or too many ear piercings because I don't want to downgrade my look. I just could not believe that someone wrote that. Was it downgrade? Let me find the comment. I just find it funny, the stuff that people comment on the internet. They cannot be reversed. Too many piercings like tattoos can end up looking a little too alternative and a bit down market. That was what they said, down market. I just thought that was just so funny. So I'm probably gonna get a third ear piercing just to spite that person. I'm joking. No, I do actually want a third ear piercing when this one heals up, because I really would like to have like this one with it, like this one and this one with 2 little hoops, like all the time, and then I can change up the main one. We're gonna go for some earrings. I was going to go to the gym today because I've been using a new fitness app and I'm loving it and I really wanted to go, but I forgot we were going out for dinner, so I ran out of time. Is that too much with my hair up? Or was that quite nice with my hair up? Maybe that's quite nice with my hair up. Just need to change my necklace. Maybe no necklace because the earrings are quite bougie. Maybe no necklace. Right, let's get dressed. Alex is trying on suits for the wedding on Saturday. Boys are so last minute. Today is Wednesday.
What do you mean?
Well, it's the sort of thing a girl wouldn't do. I mean, I'm generalising, but I feel like most of you watching, if you had a wedding on Saturday, would you be deciding your outfit on the Wednesday?
Why
I
not?
think so. Because what? You would want to plan, because a wedding, you know, some people plan like wedding outfits months in advance. They get the invitation, they're like, oh, I'm going to start shopping.
Why?
Or looking in my wardrobe, or asking around for a dress I could borrow for the wedding.
I know that what I'm going to wear is in my cupboard.
I know, but like,
So
you would...
today, 3 days before the wedding, it's pretty early to be thinking about my outfit.
What do we think of this one then? See it? Well, not with a t-shirt, obviously, but...
I quite like it with a t-shirt. What do you think?
No, you have to wear a shirt.
I could wear this tonight.
No, not if you're wearing it on Saturday. Is it comfortable though, the trousers? They're a little snug, so
I think if I were
older.
to sit down... Actually, they're more comfortable sat down.
Well, if they're comfy then they look really cool. I really like that.
I used to wear it a lot.
That's your first choice from just
This is
looking in
my
your
first
cupboard?
choice.
We'll
Because
go for that.
your mum repaired the trousers recently, so...
It looks really nice.
Is that enough off the back for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just tapered the back in a bit.
Yeah, that's quite relaxing, you doing that. Why is this not staying?
I'm trying to get the angle. There you go, you can see the back.
Hairspray it. Got a load of rosemary oil in my hair.
Rosemary oil.
Yeah, I've been using it to sort of grow this patch back I have on the side that was thinning, I think, from over scraping my hair.
What about chili oil or garlic oil?
I think it's actually just from when I used to have a side parting and I would tuck my hair this side and touch it, and I try and do like I don't put my hair up in a high bun and high ponytail as much when I used to do that like most days, and I think that's why. Right. So when I'm putting the rosemary oil in, sorry, they're shaking all over the place.
Oh, sorry.
When I'm putting the rosemary oil in, I'm plaiting my hair, or if I'm wearing my hair up, I'm wearing it in a low bun, because even though this is scraped back, it's like down, so it's not like going to be pulling your hair too much. But yeah, this is my outfit for this evening, this dress. Oh. This is from Nobody's Child. I forgot to say where it was from last time I showed it in the video, but I absolutely love this dress. I've already worn it so many times. The only negative is this button did come off and I'm not entirely sure where it is. So that's not great. But I really like the look of it, and if you want it to be a bit more modest, I just got a bralette and that kind of looks like I've got a vest under it. So, what shoes? Little brown Viveas. You can't see them, can you?
Let me film you.
That's right. They look good, don't they?
Very nice.
I think these are best because these are my most worn doll shoes, and I might still have a discount live with Vivea, so I'll leave that on screen. These are their Aria 5 degrees. They fold, they're material so you can wash them, and I literally wear them all the time. They're the comfiest doll shoes because I had these horrible memories of doll shoes being so uncomfortable, and they feel like slippers. So they're great. I love them. Can you see them? What handbag? Oh, I know, I can wear my new one. This one I got the other day that everyone got really angry with me about. Yeah, lots of people were debating about, again, whether secondhand leather is vegan. Just debating how vegan I am. It's becoming like a rolling joke now. In my experience of veganism, obviously everyone's different, but my experience of veganism, and I want to see what Alex thinks, from people I've met in person who are vegan and have been for a very long time, some vegans will not buy leather secondhand or new, will not wear leather secondhand or new. They throw out the leather they have in their wardrobes and they replace it. Other vegans will keep the leather they already own but never buy anything again that is leather, new or not. And others will keep the leather they have in their wardrobes, buy secondhand leather but not buy new leather. And the same applies for wool, fur, silk and all the above. I'm a vegan, and some people would say you're not vegan, you're plant-based. Whatever. I'm a vegan who tries to look at things in a very like nuanced, non-black and white, more grey area way. And are you the same? Would you buy secondhand leather?
I would only buy fur. And it would have to be mink or like a bear fur coat.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of leather.
Yeah.
But
you have secondhand wool in your wardrobe.
Yeah, because I got wool jumpers from a charity shop like 5 years ago, and to me that's fine. I can see why people wouldn't like it.
Yeah, this, by the way, me saying this, I see all of them and I think all of them are great. All of them are fair. If you're a vegan who's like, I cannot wear leather or wool, I 100% understand. But I just think that there's so much nuance, and everyone is very different in their approach to it. And I think if we start trying to have like barriers to people who can call themselves vegan and trying to suggest that people who have secondhand leather in their wardrobes and buy it and show it that they're buying it, that's damaging. I just disagree, because I think that secondhand leather, potentially, my opinion, everyone's different, but my opinion is that secondhand leather has less harm on the environment and on animals than new vegan leather. New vegan leather sometimes will be made from plastic, which is comes from a fossil fuel. It's made from crude oil and other materials, which in the process of being made into PU leather is extremely damaging to the environment, to marine life and to wildlife. That's a very common material used in vegan leathers, that you are paying directly for a vegan leather. If you're buying a PU leather, you're paying indirectly, I would say, because it's not direct, because it's not an animal skin, but you're paying indirectly for the environment and animals within it to be harmed to a degree, because you cannot avoid it if you're vegan. We live in a non-vegan world, and you do your best. If you're buying a vegan leather that's come from plants, great, that's probably a lot better, and that's generally speaking what I try to do, especially like recycled leathers. And my handbag I got recently from Canusa is made from apple leather, which is the I think the leftover apples at an apple farm or cider farm or something, so like the kind of the waste product. Amazing. But any plant will require farming, harvesting, which inevitably will harm insects, animals, rodents, etc., and potentially people, because you don't know if that's come from an ethical place. It's hard to trace. Not to mention everything else within the world. If you're driving a car on a road, if you have a house built with brick, those have animal products in them. You know, razors, shampoos, conditioners, makeup, everything. There's so much that maybe people aren't thinking of, that they won't necessarily critique people on as heavily when it comes to veganism. There's just so many parts of your life that aren't vegan that you probably don't know about or can't control. And I just think buying a handbag like this, which was from a vintage shop in Penzance, that literally is just sitting on a shelf, it's probably from, I would guess, this to me looks like it's from, I don't know, maybe the 90s, but there's no way of me knowing. It's vintage, it's antique, the money is going to a lovely old man who runs an antique shop. It exists. It's not contributing to any animals dying from me purchasing this. Me purchasing a vegan leather handbag potentially does pay for animals to be harmed in some way, indirectly of course, and actually I buy those things. I'm not saying that's bad, because you have to exist within a capitalist non-vegan world and do your best, but in my grey area view of veganism and sustainability, I think that this is the best option, because it literally is sitting on a shelf already. It doesn't support any big man in the sky, not big man in the sky, it doesn't support any sort of CEO at the top of some horrible company. It literally is just going to the pocket of an old man who works in a vintage shop in Penzance, and that's it. That is literally it. So, I don't know, you tell me what you think, each to their own. I just think maybe as vegans or as people who are sustainability advocates or anything, we should stop putting barriers for people. If people trying to be vegan or trying to like reduce their consumption of animal products in every possibility, I think we have to allow that there is a pocket of things that have a grey area. Secondhand leather and wool is one. I know for some there's other grey areas, like even owning pets. Lots of people think there's a grey area with that. There's so many things to consider. Same as like parent companies when it comes to being cruelty free. Some people buy products that are owned by parent companies that are cruelty free because they think that sends a message to the parent company that we want a cruelty free brand. Some people will not, because they don't want to support that parent company. That's another grey area that people just generally speaking know that people have different views on. So I don't know, that is my opinion, and I think everyone is entitled to their opinion, But I would wonder whether it's better to focus on what you're doing for the vegan movement, if we're focusing on veganism, and what your view of veganism is and how you're bringing more people in and you're helping more people reduce animal harm and animal destruction and you know, the harmful natures of the animal agriculture industry. What are you doing to sort of stop that and reduce that? Focus on that over focusing on whether, I don't know, a vegan person online who is trying to help loads of people go vegan and sharing loads of vegan recipes and hundreds of videos about it, pointing the finger at them for buying a secondhand leather bag. What do you think? Let me know. And I know that was a bit of a rant and I don't like kind of addressing hate, but I think that this is one of those things that it's like, I don't feel like I'm addressing that individual person or those individual people. I'm more addressing the whole subject and my view on it. I've been vegan for nearly a decade. I don't know many other people who have been vegan for that long. And I think part of the reason I've been vegan for this long is because I have a balanced approach to it and I'm not judgmental with you guys either. I don't judge anyone else for their approach to it. I think the more people that are vegan or vegan aligned or plant-based or flexitarian, the better, because if they're eating more vegan food, they're still eating meat, but they're buying vegan products. You know, I have people in my life who are flexitarian and they only buy cruelty-free, and I just think that's incredible because a few years ago that wasn't the case. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And I love the way this bag looks with the navy and the shoes. And yeah, that's my opinion on it, but let's go to dinner. I'm now wondering if I should add a scrunchie or if that ruins the kind of slick vibe. Does that make it a bit too holiday, whereas without it was a bit more... No, I prefer it without. I've just messed my hair up. So we have mushroom and walnut pate with some homemade pickles and toast. And Alex has got the harissa tofu wedge harissa. Both look so good. I'm gonna just try some of yours. Look at that. Alex has no, he's got a savoury board. Got a chocolate pud and some peppermint tea. Yum. Good morning. I'm about to test a recipe, so I'll kind of like show you, but I won't be showing you exactly. We are testing out seitan. I want to make seitan ribs. Tofu ribs are a thing that I've tried before, and I've made seitan quite a few times before, but I've never made ribs. So they're going to be sticky and juicy and barbecuey. So that's the plan this morning. I was going to do some gardening, but it's super windy, so I think I'll just feel quite cold because when we went for a walk this morning, you feel like you're being battered. It's probably like quite a challenging year actually to start gardening as a new gardener because it's been quite bad weather in the UK for spring. Last spring, so 2022 spring and 2020, maybe it's an every other year thing. I remember during the pandemic, the weather was so gorgeous, and last year as well, spring was lovely. But it's just, yeah, lots of rain, lots of wind. So there's quite a few times I'm planning on getting outside and it just, because I don't have a greenhouse, it's a bit like, but hopefully it will calm down a little bit later and I can get a head start on testing this recipe. So I'm gonna get all the ingredients out now. And we've got our Disney Power ballads on, so I can sing along while I cook. Working with. We've mixed the dry ingredients with the wet. Smells really yummy. And now I'm just going to knead it just for like 30 seconds. You don't want to do it for too long. And it's not going to be like normal bread dough. It's very like elastic immediately, because seitan is made from vital wheat gluten, which is essentially the gluten just removed from flour. So you can, I think, make it at home, that you can make your own wheat gluten from flour, but I think it's a slightly, you know, it's easy just to buy it. I've got this huge one from Whole Food Earth that we can just use again and again. And it's, yeah, it's just the gluten, so that's why it's very elastic, very sticky, and that's why it works for like a meat alternative. So yeah, that feels pretty good. And the principle of seitan is using the vital wheat gluten with liquid to make a dough, but you can season it how you like. So you can add stuff like paprika and chili powder, and I love to add nutritional yeast, salt, and then things like liquid smoke and soy sauce that add a meaty taste. There's so many recipes online that share different ways to flavour seitan. But yeah, I'm just trying to come up with my own version and my own sort of different, there's so many different ways to do it as well. I've been testing loads of different ways of doing it, and I want to sort of develop my own personal favourite, essentially. That's kind of what it's all about with recipe testing. And sometimes with recipe testing, it's a recipe that I already know and love and I've made many times, and it's an adaptation of something that I've done, you know, when I was younger, that I'm making vegan. And sometimes it's more like this, where I'm like testing out the technical method of it. It tends to be more the case for any sort of baking, that you have to sort of test all the technical things and the different methods that people have done, and you learn, and then you can kind of make it your own. So that's the process of this. And it's always, yeah, it's always one of those things that you just adapt and change. So that's done now. And I've got it written up as well. I've tried quite a few recipes before and tested them out, and then I've written my own version up with my own sort of array of spices. I'm gonna make this, taste it, and then adapt it and be like, that needs more of this, less of that, I didn't like this part of the method, and then you can change it up from there. So that's how it works if you're curious. So next, we are going to flatten it and cut it in half and then bake it, basically. And then when it comes out the oven, we're gonna fry it into like ribs with the barbecue sauce. So it's very simple, realistically. It's one of those things I always used to think was quite complicated, seitan. It's really not. It's kind of like making bread, but you're making a seitan dough, and you bake it, and then you can fry it and season it, or you can steam it. I've done loads of recipes where you steam it. I think baking it in the oven is just a bit like simpler. You don't have to stand over a hob and like watch it be steamed, but they have different, like, I guess, textures as a result. But I personally love baking it and then frying it, because it just feels easy, practical and convenient, and works really well. They are ready. Oh, it smells really good. I think that's going to indicate the seasoning was great. Look at this. They've kind of grown a little bit. Adding the seasoning as well is kind of good, because it makes them look really lovely, colourful. Really lovely, colourful. Really lovely and colourful. Let me just adjust this. Forget how tall I am sometimes. Makes them really nice and colourful. So these almost kind of look like the Vera steaks. I really want to try it now, but basically next I'm gonna get a skillet. This is the fun bit. Got my barbecue sauce, which I just heated up and let it bubble, just because it's got sugar in there, so it will kind of thicken up. So I bubbled that up for a little bit. So I'm gonna take these out. Oh, actually no, that's got butter all over it, whoops. I'll just use this. No, I won't. What am I doing? Look at that. Yummy. Yee. And I kind of like shaping them like this, so they're not perfect, because it looks more meaty. And then we're just gonna coat with the barbecue, and then we can have some at the end, add some at the end as well. You could literally just use barbecue sauce from the shop. I've made my own, but by all means, yeah, you could totally, not that this is a recipe, I'm not like sharing the full recipe because I'm still working on it. To be honest with you, you could just find a seitan recipe online. Maybe I'll find a good one, because I haven't got this recipe out yet. Season it with things you enjoy, and then, you know, put some barbecue sauce on it. It's not a complicated thing. That's the point. So I will put extra when I'm frying it. You really want to like load it up with the barbecue sauce. I think making your own barbecue sauce is quite nice because I've added spice in there. But if you have a favourite sauce, you could do this with any sauce. That's loaded up. Now I'm going to heat the skillet up and just fry them on the skillet. Add extra barbecue sauce as I'm frying them, add extra when I serve them. You let them cool for a second and just dig in. Some amazing barbecue ribs, and these would be perfect for like a gathering of friends, to have them with chips, have them with on top of a salad, anything. Use vegetable oil if you're frying something really hot, otherwise it can become very smoky, and don't use too much oil because then it will spit. I have a feeling I've also just put too much oil on there. That looks good, doesn't it? Yum. Love the colour that these gone from the spices. So I'll fry for about 5 minutes on each side and then we can serve them up. Okay, it totally was not my intention to burn them. But I guess it adds to the meaty taste. Oh well, don't do this. So you wanna, this is what you want them to look like. I'll show you. I'll turn over the side that's burnt. So using a skillet means you get these lovely lines like this. So this is what you want them to look like, not burnt, because the other side is a bit burnt, but oh well. So here you can put a little bit extra glaze. I would do a thin layer for this because you don't want it to be too much. And I'll slice them into your ribs. I'm excited for this. I don't know what I'm going to eat it with. Just on its own, I guess. Can you believe that that is vegan? Look at that. And this is a good time as well. I'm not going to add any more because there's quite a lot on there, but you can totally, well, maybe I'll just show you what I mean. Like add some more barbecue sauce just so it looks like it's like really sticky and dripping. It'd be perfect with some chips. Look at that. There we have it. Yummy. Ah. Mmm.
Oh my goodness.
Look how good that is.
Thanks.
Wow. Ow! We're like animals, like eating it with our fingers. I suppose what you're supposed to do with ribs, aren't you? Do you like it?
Oh, that's really nice.
Would you rate it? I burnt it by accident. That kind of like adds to it.
That's nice. Gives it texture. Oh boy, that's great.
Any comments, or you think it's great?
No comments currently.
Oh wow. I bet you've gone and done it again. What I might do is put them in a pitta. We've got some cheese sauce and put that over the top. Do you want one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, grab the pittas. Right, so we will start with these pittas. I always keep pittas in the freezer. Kind of like a helpful thing to do. This was a cashew cheese sauce. I'll link the recipe for this. Just a really easy nacho cheese sauce with some spice. Chuck in the seitan, and then I'm gonna have some gherkins. Excited. Sauerkraut, which this is a triumph because Alex isn't as much of a fan of kimchi, but you love sauerkraut, which I find surprising because kimchi is spicy. Whoops.
There's something about it that I can't really put my finger on, but that sauerkraut's really nice.
And we got this from the farm shop.
Thin and fine.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I don't like it when it's like big, you get a giant lump of cabbage.
He doesn't like the big chunks of cabbage. This is cabbage as well, you know. There you go. Is it focusing? Look at that. Looks like a lovely kebab. Let's dig in. What do you think of it? This tastes like something you get at a street food vendor. So good. So we're going to devour this and then I'm going to have the energy to do some gardening.
Ribs was one of my favourite meals as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty weird thinking back, but this is very, very nice and very nostalgic.
Back?
Yeah.
Is it actually, does it taste similar? Because I didn't eat ribs that much.
The sauce, yeah, I mean, obviously the texture's a bit different, but it's almost nicer. Ribs are like, I remember them, sometimes you get them and they'll be tough and stringy. I like the texture of seitan a lot, and I really like the sauce.
It's like a hurricane out here, but we have 3.5 beds to clear. To give you context, we have cleared all the other ones. Hello, Al. And the top 2 have been planted. So we've got like onions, potatoes, garlic, and cabbage. And then we are very lucky that we have a big rhubarb plant that existed and has been there since before we moved in. So that's great. And actually I think we can start harvesting it. So I might harvest some of that on Sunday and give some to my mum because I know she wants some. But yeah, we're just trying to focus on clearing the beds. It takes quite a long time because some of them are really overgrown with stinging nettle, but we're very close. So this has taken quite some time. I never want to have to do this again. Look at our rhubarb though. It's definitely ready for harvesting. Look at it. I cannot take any credit for this, it was just here. Look at it now. We've got loads of muscari bulbs. They're probably not gonna like flourish anymore, but I don't want to get rid of them, so I'm going to plant them up throughout these 3 pots, and then anything left over I think I will like put some under the tree with the daffodils, those 2 trees, maybe some around the edge. Not 100% sure, but it's nice that we've got so many of them. But I'm going to go inside now and have a cup of tea. These are the seeds that I got, and I mainly got them all because they all on the back say they can be sown outdoors between March and May. Oh, this one's June. So we have some sugar snap peas, spinach, kale, pak choy, and then flowers. I've divided them. These are the ones that need to be sown indoors shortly. We've got sweet rocket mixed, poppy black beauty, oh, and rockets from Sarah Raven. I just thought, how beautiful do these look? And then these ones, delphinium, I thought that looked incredible. Sweet sultan and Aster Tower chamois, chamois. These all need to be done March to April, so I've got to do them. Hope I can do these on Sunday, or like, are they sowing indoors? Oh, you can sow them outdoors as well, but I can do them indoors. Did I already show you these? These definitely aren't really growing anymore, so they need to go outside. Hey Zeusy, hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm gonna have a cup of tea like I said and lie down for a bit, but I'll see you in my next one, and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more gardening content, house content, and all the above, cooking, etc. And I'll see you next time. I know I said goodbye, I've just showered and I'm in my PJs, but I didn't realise I just got this amazing delivery from Jenny Mustard. OK Days, this is her novel. So I love Jenny Mustard. If you are an OG on watching YouTube and minimalism, and what would I describe her as? She shares so much helpful, inspiring content that's so beautiful. She talks about like wellness and minimalism and lots of other topics. But she recently released this novel, OK Days. I'll read you the blurb. A smart, sexy and spiky modern love story from debut novelist Jenny Mustard. Sam is 28, Swedish, carefree and chaotic. During a work placement in London over the course of 3 sticky summer months, she falls hard for Lucas, a man she first met as a teenager. Lucas, 27, sensitive and calm, is trying to get a start on adult life while struggling to hold the pieces of his life together. Sam is a gorgeous distraction, but you can only avoid reality for so long, and both Sam and Lucas know the relationship can't last. Nobody can be this happy forever, surely. Oh, this sounds like the book I need right now. OK Days tells the story of the rise and fall of Sam and Lucas's affection for each other, looks unflinchingly at male body dysmorphia and women's reproductive rights and the pitfalls of modern love. When is okay good enough, and what are we willing to lose in search for a life that is much better than just okay? I'm very excited to read this. I'm doing my reading challenge, so this is going to be my next book that I'm going to read. So I'll leave it linked below if you want to go check it out, and if you're a Jenny Mustard fan or you like the sound of that, I'll leave it linked. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye!
Bye!